The Ningaloo Turtle Program, NTP, is based around one of the largest fringing reef systems in the world and is located approximately 1,200 kilometres north of Perth in Western Australia. Teeming with a diversity of corals, fish and invertebrates, the reef provides habitat for some of the world's most threatened marine species, including dugongs, whale sharks, humpback whales and turtles. The Ningaloo Turtle Program is a volunteer program that seeks to conserve and maintain local native turtle species and their associated habitats. The NTP is based around 4 fundamental components. These include the Ningaloo Community Turtle Monitoring Program, the Jurabi Turtle Centre, JTC, and an educational facility, monitoring the expansion and outreach to communities in the Pilbara, assisting turtle conservation research programs at Ningaloo. We decided to base our project group question around these 4 components and critically evaluate the NTP's overall effectiveness in aiding in the sustainability and conservation of native turtle Ningaloo species. We asked, is the NTP an effective program in helping save the native turtle population in terms of their 4 components?
The first component is the Ningaloo Community Turtle Monitoring Program. General turtle monitoring can include tracking turtle movement, recording locations of nests, counting eggs and number of hatchlings, examining nests after hatching, and turtle tagging and measuring. The research conducted by the NTP itself is therefore able to assist in agencies across the whole Ningaloo coast in making conservation decisions and actions based on the management, planning and developing of these decisions. The basic goals of the program itself involve identifying key nesting beaches, levels of threat and predation, and to monitor levels of threat and predation, and to monitor turtle populations whilst assessing trends at key index sites. They also wish to maintain and expand the community support for the conservation of turtles and their habitats, which includes maintaining support for the program itself. To accomplish this, the NTP believes that it is important to simply educate the community of marine turtles and their habitats, and so a range of information on this is provided online and during visiting hours. Overall, the benefits the NTP presents are based on the specific identification of fox predation, beach access management and key breeding habitats, as well as establishing turtle tourism, education and interpretation requirements, and by offering guidance on the relative significance of the turtle habitats.
There are a number of community programs currently monitoring turtle nesting beaches throughout Australia. Cross-collaboration between such programs is vital to ensure the monitoring is consistent and results contribute to the national and international knowledge of marine turtles. One of the biggest turtle protection programs in West Australia is the Nalu Turtle Conservation Program, GTCP. The Department of Conservation provides technical advice and training to the program while Nalu volunteers undertake and manage on-ground work. Volunteers monitor the movements and trends in turtle reproduction, which includes species identification, nest counts, hatching success determination, and hatchling counts. The objectives of the GTCP include biodiversity protection, conservation of endangered marine species, critical nesting sites, community engagement, and volunteer work. Similarly, the Care for Headland Environmental Association Flatback Turtle Monitoring Program began in October 2004 through the assistance of the WWF and the Nalu Turtle Program. Each season, the program conducts tracking and monitoring methods to record the successful nesting and potential disturbances in popular breeding areas. During the 2007-2008 turtle nesting season, the Port Hedland Turtle Monitoring Program attracted 68 volunteers who contributed over 1,135 hours of work to the program. Over 1,300 nests were identified on nesting beaches. The non-invasive nature of monitoring programs allows stress-free interaction and community involvement from all individuals, including adults and children. The above programs not only promote turtle and habitat preservation and ensure a possible future for coastal ecosystems, but also successfully promote awareness and action within Northwest Australian communities.
The Jurabi Turtle Centre is the second component. The Jurabi Turtle Centre is an interpretive educational facility located 30 kilometres from Exmouth. It is an open-air centre established in 2003, situated between Hunters Beach and Mauritius Beach, open for entry and tours. The purpose of the Jurabi Turtle Centre is to promote conservation of marine turtles and protect biodiversity values, and in doing so, providing access to an informative wildlife experience. The JTC plays a significant role in protecting the threatened species and conserving biodiversity, advocating and facilitating sustainable tourism, promoting and maintaining community participation and stewardship for coastal management, and integrating the interests of conservation and recreation. Data is collected on successful nests, false corals, disturbance rates, spatial and temporal distribution of marine turtles nesting in the region, and human impact on nesting success. Research and monitoring activities include monitoring key nesting areas, monitoring breeding beaches, monitoring the level of threats, population trends, long-term monitoring of most major rookeries, migration studies, estimates of inshore numbers at feeding grounds, and management of field lighting and seismic activities to minimize impact on marine turtles. Visitors are informed about turtle biology and behavior, nest predation, human impact, appropriate human observation techniques and conservation strategies. Visitors learn about the stages of nesting and the technicalities of these stages: pitting, chambering, laying, and covering. The centre is run by volunteers from the Ningaloo Turtle Program. These volunteers are trained for competency. At the Jurabi Turtle Centre, staff monitor nesting activities, support community education about endangered turtles, and support other community groups.
Training guides at the Ningaloo Turtle Program are of paramount importance to the social benefit organisation. It is common that when the tourists come to see the animals of the wild, they may inadvertently interfere or get too close. For instance, whale and dolphin watchers have an adverse impact on the population because the resonance of the boat's engine interferes with the biological sonar systems of the marine mammals. Hence, tour guides will benefit the turtle population by both supervising the tourists and educating them about the turtles. By educating people, it allows not only the generation of tourism revenue, but the joy of educating and spreading awareness to the public about the endangered Ningaloo reef species. Becoming a marine turtle tour guide not only contributes to an environmentally friendly cause, it also provides students with the knowledge and practical expertise required to work as an interactive marine turtle tour guide in Western Australia. Marine turtle tour guides can play a critical role in reducing the disturbance of nesting turtles by supervising and interpreting visitor-turtle interactions. The turtle tour guiding course is comprised of 2 modules. Module 1 focuses on training students to lead beach-based turtle interactions and must be completed during the turtle nesting season. Module 2 concentrates on the development and delivery of interactive beach-based marine turtle tours and can be undertaken at any time during the year.
While the NTP website and similar sources are specific and thorough on mentioning what they do and how they conduct their research, these statements can only be considered claims until validated by substantial evidence such as statistics or a legitimate assessment of their program's overall effectiveness. Because there was no aforementioned evidence provided on the NTP's website or provided sources, it seems the effectiveness of their program in conserving the native marine species is unfortunately questionable. Without evidence, we could not gain any insight on their factual effectiveness, only what they claim to be doing and how dynamic these actions are. With that being said though, after reading and researching what makes up the Ningaloo Turtle Program, they seem to have established an extremely refined and revised toolkit on how they plan to conserve endangered Ningaloo turtle species. So, in conclusion, to answer our question, is the NTP an effective program in helping save the native turtle population? In terms of their 4 components, the main conclusion our group derived was that while the NTP has great ambitions and seemingly abundant potential emphasised through their toolkit, we've decided these supposedly productive components mean little without significant evidence to prove their efficiency. Thus, through lack of evidence, we could only conclude that the NTP has striving motivations, but which create for questionable success in conserving the native turtle populations.